Guys, this ain't Photoshop. There's actually 2 swap stations here. There's one right here, and then there's one over there. Check that out. NIO's coming in for swaps. Very nice. Man, this is the 2nd swap station. Oh, this is actually the first one, and this is the 2nd swap station. Damn, why is there 2 swap stations? So guys, I'm here at the NIO house at Solana. It's actually my first time coming here. Doesn't seem to have a lot of people here. It's Tuesday after all. So let's head on in. Oh, 谢谢啊. Whoa, take a look. All right. So this is the owner's lounge, I suppose. There's no 2nd floor. And we just gotta go in here, scan the QR code, and then get in. It's not very big, but it's got everything you need. You got the cars, very nice. And then you just got your quick QR code, scan it over here, and then boom, you're allowed to come in. Nice. Wow, this is good. So during NIO Day, William Lee said something that was really shocking. I kid you not, on stage, he said the guy with the most swaps, 1,300 swaps, saved enough money to buy a BMW X3 just in free swaps.
1300多次，和燃油车的使用成本相比，相当于省出了一辆宝马。开3年蔚来 ES6。 省出了一台宝马 X3。
Now guys, a BMW X3 can cost upwards of 341k RMB, whereas a NIO, a ES6, would cost around 400k RMB. So this guy has probably recouped more than 70% of the cost of his car from battery swaps. Now guys, at NIO houses, these drinks aren't free. I actually paid with NIO points with it for these drinks. So in this video, we're just gonna be talking about cash burn from battery swap and not from NIO houses and drinks and all that kind of stuff. But this drink is amazing. Compared to the guy that swapped 1,300 times, I've only swapped 116 times. I gotta pump up those numbers, guys. Just kidding. That's not my NIO swapping. But it begs the question. I've owned my NIO for 2 years and I've swapped 116 times. That NIO owner owned his NIO for 4 years and he swapped 1,300 times. How come there's such a big discrepancy? So how are NIO owners milking the cow? And I want to just preface this by saying, I don't do this, all right? I don't milk the cow, otherwise I'd be at like maybe 500 or 600 swaps. So I don't milk the cow, but NIO owners do milk the cow, and today I'm going to teach you how they do it. Now guys, battery swapping is free, but supercharging isn't, and a lot of other brands don't offer free charging. So what some NIO owners do, they swap the battery in the NIO and then they use power inside the NIO to charge other EVs. Let me show you how it's done. So here I actually got an Xpeng G9. Video for that is coming very soon. Savagely critiquing an Xpeng G9. Stay tuned for that. So guys, here I got this shit, all right? This is the hack. Now, I'll show you what it's for. But you know I don't do this because this shit is still brand new. Look, there's the seals over there. But let's open this up. And look over here, you got a few power outlets. And this is what you need, all right? The other thing you need are these cables. This one is actually NIO branded, and you know it's brand new. So I've never done this before, guys. Don't hate on me for showing you guys how to milk the cow. You can see the NIO logo right there. So once you're plugged in, you know, the cigarette cable over here, carefully open this up. Look at these chargers, very nice NIO branded chargers. We're gonna go plug this in. Hopefully that shit doesn't fall. Plug this guy in right here, boom. How insane is that? I'm charging this Expo with a NIO. The charging speed is absolutely shit. It's more to prove a point. This car doesn't really need to be charged. NIO actually sells something that allows you to get power outside of this socket right over here. And it's a discharge thing that provides much more power than that thing. With that, you're able to charge your EVs, charge other stuff you need, if you're going to go camping, you can charge that as well. And also, you can also charge your homes. If you have like something like a power wall kind of thing at your home, you can actually charge your home with your NIO. You swap, you get the power, and charge your home with that NIO, which is quite insane to think about. So then comes the important question, how much does battery swap actually burn? How much cash does it actually burn? Here's an interesting statistic. NIO's gross profit declined 12.9% year over year to $243.92 million in the fiscal third quarter ended September 30th, 2022. The company's total operating expenses increased 87.8% year over year to $787.99 million. Now, part of that $787 million can be attributed to free battery swaps and the battery swap deployment. So what's costing so much money? Well, we're gonna first ignore the deployment cost for each swap station. Swap station, it's cost a lot to deploy, roughly 300 to 500,000 US dollars per swap station, with the batteries included and stuff. But we're just gonna look into operating costs, all right? There's, of course, the rent for the location itself, and then you also have the salary for the swap technician, and then you also have a lot of things you guys might not know is the cost for electricity at the swap station isn't just the battery itself, right? You gotta keep the lights running. The lights are always on, and then also the swapping mechanism itself also uses a lot of electricity. And also, you hear that? There's a lot of fans to keep the batteries cool. So that also uses electricity. And also, when you're charging the batteries, it's not 100% kilowatt to kilowatt. So you probably lose like maybe 10% of the power while you're charging. So that's also a place that consumes electricity. So how much electricity does each battery swap station consume? Well, I've actually interviewed a swap technician once a while ago, and that swap station was fairly brand new, and he told me in 20 something days since it opened, the total energy consumption came out to around 320,000 kilowatt hours. So that was 20 something days. That wasn't even a full month. So that's pretty damn shocking, guys. I mean, like, holy smokes, that's a lot of power, man. I get this question asked, is the free swaps, is it just the swap service fee, or does it also cover the electricity? Of course it covers the electricity. It's the whole entire thing. You go into swap station, you come out with a nearly fully charged battery, and it's completely free. And NIO owners all get 6 free swaps per month forever. It's unlimited. That's why it's called unlimited. But people like me that placed their order before October 2020, we get unlimited free swaps per month, unlimited forever. So I can go swap right now 10 times today. Nothing's gonna stop me, all right? I can swap right now, I can finish the swap, and I can do another swap, and nobody can stop me. But I'd be like a douche though. So I don't want to do that though. So about the guy that did 1,300 swaps, if he keeps that pace up, maybe like a year later, once he gets to 1,700, he would have recouped the entire purchase of his NIO from free battery swapping. That's pretty insane to think about. And then after that, he'd be in the green. That's insane. So 320,000 kilowatt hours of power. Now, commercial electricity cost can vary between 0.5 cents during non-peak hours, so like something like maybe 3 a.m., and upwards to like over $1, 1 RMB during peak hours. So let's take an average, maybe like 0.7. If we take that, the total cost comes out to about 224,000 RMB per month per swap station. Might not seem like a lot, but that's like almost a ET5. And if we take the higher end of the estimate, 320,000 RMB, and that would be an ET5. So basically every month a swap station, the cost of electricity would be as much as the cost of a NIO ET5. Keeping that in mind, and even though not all swap stations burn the same amount of cash and consume the same amount of electricity at about 1,000 something swap stations, you know, some of them consume more electricity. That's like 1,000 ET5s a month from free swaps. Now, what is NIO doing to prevent NIO owners from milking the cow, and so to speak, reduce the cash burn? And one of the things that the NIO manager told me is they're really reducing the power output of the car. And he said, this is what he said. He said, otherwise, the state grid of China would be buying NIOs to power the state grid. Ow. I almost died laughing when I heard that shit. So it makes sense. You gotta limit the power output so people can't discharge as much power as they want to. But people still get around that and they still manage to milk the cow, so to speak. So to answer the question, can battery swap bankrupt NIO? And the answer is, first you gotta understand that every NIO sold means a lifetime of free battery swaps, right? They're changing instant revenue right now for lifetime of small cash burn for each NIO owner, but that ends up adding up. And each swap station they deploy is just another faucet that burns cash. A free battery swap at the end of the day is still a very good incentive for people to buy a NIO. It is one of the primary reasons why I bought a NIO. It's also one of the primary reasons a lot of people bought their NIOs super early. The good news is NIO knows about this and they look at their old books, they're shocked at how much cash they're burning. And of course they can't keep this up forever. So very soon, maybe next year, 2023, they're probably gonna cut that down, maybe to 4 free swaps a month, 2 free swaps, or even, from what I heard, might cancel the whole thing immediately. Like, new NIO owners get no free swaps at all. And that would essentially ensure that the cash burn rate is steady and not growing. So all the existing NIOs will still get free swap, of course, for a limited amount of time, but newer NIOs won't get that benefit. Of course, guys, it's not to say NIO is a bad company. It's very good what they're doing with battery swap. No other company has infrastructure like NIO out there. Even though these are all, in my books, I would say these are all liabilities at the moment, but they will be assets in the future, all right? There are liabilities in the moment because they burn cash and they're not generating any revenue. It's just pure cash burn, spending money to burn more money. But once they release more economically available cars and they remove battery swap, like the ES5 or the ES3 rumored, those definitely won't have perks like free battery swap. And people, if they want to swap, they're gonna have to pay. So guys, there's actually 2 swap stations here because they used to only have 1 swap station. The Gen 1 swap station only had like 5 batteries, not enough. So they had to put a Gen 2 swap station. And this is actually one of the cheapest places within 3rd Ring Road that you can place another swap station. So this is actually pretty smart to put this one over here. So kudos to NIO. 2 swap stations at one place, man. That's crazy. So to answer the question, no, battery swap will not bankrupt NIO. They got plenty of cash. If they can keep up their dilution, they're not gonna be in trouble, and they know the trajectory of cash burn rate, and they're making adjustments in the future. All right, stay safe, stay healthy, peace out.